Good afternoon, people. Come in here and kick it with the dribble. There's a lot going on. There's always a lot going on. Y'all come in here and kick it with me. What's happening? Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sitting back, preparing for my interview. I got an interview at 2:30. Keep that dope original content for y'all. Oh, man, my man said money on the flow. Is it money on the flow? J. Lord, peace. Say, what's happening? You must be from the South. Hit me with the say. Oh, I'm glad y'all said that. Y'all witnessed me hanging it up. Witness me hanging it up. Y'all can witness me hanging it up. Gotta find a place for it. Where we at? Here we go. Got a mirror on it. It's my 100,000 subscribers plaque. And I gotta find a place to put it on the Wizall. See what I can do here. I'm gonna need a couple of tacks. For now, let me see. Just gonna sit it right there for now. Look good in the window. Yeah. Anyway, what's going on? Dribblers, good afternoon. Laid my homeboy to rest yesterday. Got that albatross up off me and shit. On to the next. Don't kick him. Let me borrow him for life. I got him. Pro, I got him. I got him. So, I know y'all seen the video. The video's viral. It's everywhere. 50 Cent don't fucking play. He don't play around. 50 don't wait around for nothing, man. He let his gun bust. Lil Meech is on camera. Lil Meech is a scoundrel. He's a scoundrel. And he's always on camera. He always getting arrested too. That nigga he need a chaperone. He needs somebody to walk around and, monitor him. He seems to get into a lot of mischief. He does. He said, what video? The video of Lil Meech telling on his homeboy. Well, according to the video, and according to his homeboy, because his homeboy made a post. His homeboy is going to jail, and he said he was asleep in a whip with Meech, and Meech threw some contraband on him, threw it in his lap while he was asleep, and they got a video of him apologizing for what he did, at a later date. He said, yep, he told about the other stuff. That was Let's look at the bigger picture before we go into that. Why is this nigga always getting arrested, man? Why is he always getting arrested? He's always in handcuffs. He got one of them usual suspects faces. You gotta stay away from niggas like that. He got one of them faces to say I'm doing something. He got one of them faces to say I'm doing something wrong, man. The police are trained to identify these types of faces. Hold on. Let me charge this up. The police are trained to look for certain qualities in a perp. Maybe it's a twitch. Maybe you stuttering. Maybe you start sweating. Whatever it is, Little Meech, he possesses all these traits. He said the apple don't fall too far from the tree. He grew up in private school. He probably has a fucked up, he probably fucked up upstairs. What I mean by that is, no matter what, he's probably gonna look up to his father, and unless he a BMF, he gonna wanna be a part of that or attach himself to that. Why wouldn't he? He used to be in the spot, man, when he was like 4 or 5 years old, walking around with a chain on and around all them drug lords and all that activity. He was raised in it, and he's probably attracted to it at this point. His last name is Flannery, but he grew up sheltered and in a private school, in a private school setting and shit like that. Trying to live through his father's reputation, but he's not a street dude, and it's okay. It's very obvious he's not a street guy. But yeah, he's trying to live up to that name. What I don't understand is, you an actor. You've been provided an opportunity to change your life. Why do you keep getting arrested, man? Why is there so many videos of you getting arrested? I don't understand. I don't understand it. He said no matter what, he got all the traits of a kid that never been in no real trouble. He said he telling, look in his eyes. I was gonna say that. Did you see his eyes when he was telling the police? What about the other stuff? Somebody need to tell this young man, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. It's a damn shame. Damn shame. And he's viral. People need to notice, since most police precincts, most state troopers, most police officers, they're equipped with body cameras now. A lot of these body cameras, the footage from these body cameras, some way end up on YouTube. You seen that? It's a channel called Crime and Law. They always have body camera videos. We've seen Dave East. We've seen Benny the Butcher. They using this shit for content. And if you got a name of any type, and once they type in his name, he's a junior, right? His name is Demetrius Flannery Jr., right? Soon as they type his name into the computer, all types of goddamn bells and whistles is gonna start going off. And in the mind of a white police officer, even though that's Demetrius Flannery Jr., when a white police officer get a collar like that, he's thinking kilos. No matter what, he thinking, oh, I got some birds, I got some bricks, and they're gonna go to the fullest extent of the arrest and shit. So people that hang around him need to know that nigga hot as a firecracker, man. He is. He said, ironically, they address him as Meech. He said, that little nigga need to go sit down somewhere. His man is going to do the sitting down. He told on him, it's a shame, it's a shame. And he's viral like a motherfucker. Guilty by association. He said, what we debating, he on camera snitching? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He one of the top stories online right now. It's money on the flow. It's money on the flow. If people don't like you, that's what they use against you. Straight to the videos of you yelling. It's content for these, the body cam footage, allegedly, was created to protect both parties. The police officer, make sure he doing his job right, and protect the person who's being arrested, to make sure that their rights are being lawfully protected. That's the body cam footage is for. So everybody got them. Everybody got them. or they supposed to have them. Some police officers, you got some creeps that be, you know, when they get to doing their wrongdoing, they cut the camera off, and that's later. It comes up later in court that there's that the continuity of the video footage has been disrupted, and that probably would make the police look guilty or something. But nevertheless, they do it. They'll cut the body camera footage off. But with somebody like Demetrius Flannery Jr., they thinking viral, man. Y'all think these people don't want to be viral too? They regular people. They have jobs. Their job is law enforcement. Y'all think these niggas don't want no views? They all got social media pages. Probably 80-90%. Police ain't hiding who they are. They got Facebook. They got Instagram, lifting weights and doing whatever it is that, you know, cops do. They got all of these things. He said, you got to get to that last live. I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to wait. I'm be very ethical with how I handle this. Just be cool. He has a drug habit. Yeah, they said that he's on pills. The guy that made the Instagram post, who was arrested, he said when he woke up, the police was walking up to the car, man. He said he had all of the contraband in his lap. He said it was too late for him to do anything to defend himself. Me? I would have whooped his ass in front of the police. They'd had to pull me off his ass, yo. They would have had to pull me off his ass right in front of the police. It's fucked up. So let me ask y'all something, right? If you in this type of situation and you get somebody and they throw they weapons and drugs on your lap, what do you do? Do you tell the police, yo, this ain't mine? Do you tell the police, yo, this ain't mine, or do you keep it street? Do you keep it street? Do you get arrested? Have to pay for bail, attorney fees, and ultimately pick a jury to exonerate yourself? What do you tell? I mean, what do you do? He said, he said, I went to jail for that. What do you do when this happens? Detroit Coalition said, I'm snitching on my mama. He said, fuck the streets, I'm bugging out. That man is doing 40 months now because he kept his street. Ooh-wee. I'ma keep it 1,000 with you. If a nigga throws something on me, I'm telling it right in front of you, bitch ass nigga. I'm whooping his ass and telling right on the spot. You're not putting me to fucking jail for some shit I ain't had nothing to do with. You crazy as a motherfucker. Man, you done already violated all codes by throwing this shit on me. You know what I'm saying? You didn't already violated all codes. All of that street shit goes out the window. You on a different level. You borderline and you're straddling the fence of entrapment and shit like that. I'm whooping. The first thing gonna happen is I'm swinging on you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. I'm gonna give you 1 second to clean this shit up, my nigga. Because this ain't going to court. It's probably going to the emergency room. You better clean this shit up right now. But nah, I'm not going to jail for some shit though. Another motherfucker. They said, what a friend to have. That's why you just can't get in the car with anybody. There be people hanging amongst him because of who he is, of course. And niggas is gonna learn. This not a street guy shit. This is a good kid who grew up sheltered and shit like that. You seen what happened. They got the other video of him in the airport. He's telling on his brother in the airport. I'm a minor, sir. I swear to God, I'm a minor. That my brother put. That's my brother. Y'all seen the video, so you know what to expect from him. You do. That shit happened to me, but we all beat the case. Log, Boatwright versus Pennsylvania. Oh, okay, you provided the case law. Okay. He had time to tuck it somewhere and make them work to toss it on your comrade. He a cornball. Yeah. He said that ain't snitching. That's escaping a setup. I feel the same way. He said, my man put the firearm under the armrest and got up off me. I know his pops like, damn, we can't win. Damn, this is crazy. And it's viral like a motherfucker. And he's on the BMF series where he's playing the role of a street gangster. But in real life, what he's doing is he's actually damaging the image and the reputation associated with the TV show. I don't know if anybody still watch it. I think they brought Lamar back on there. That was the only thing that I felt that they could do to save the show and shit. It started to get really, really bizarre. I stopped watching it, so I'm not up on it no more. But when that shit first came out, that shit was fire. He said he a crackhead with a hit show. Nothing more. Throw something on my lap, I'ma hold my hands up in the air and not touch it and say, sir, this is dude shit. Yeah. He's on camera, so he on camera, right? And he asked the police, and he know he wrong. He try to whisper it. He said, yo, I'll get the other stuff. Just like that. He cut his eyes. Almost like he trying to tell with his eyes and shit. Did y'all get the other stuff? And the police officer is like, I think the police officer is kind of like either playing naive or naive to what the fuck he's talking about. And he says the other stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. BMF is over. The myth is over. As soon as he's in those people's faces, his mouth runs, and it comes to him being natural. The nostalgia of BMF has fallen to the wayside. I think people are done. We're giving him too much credit. His dad may have gotten out early because Lil Meech has been working hard the entire time. That's a good point you have there. Maybe it wasn't, what's the chick name? Maybe it wasn't just the chick that helped get his dad out. Maybe Meech been booking niggas. It's crazy. He acts like a thug is his only problem. He's messing up his future because he's not a street dude. It's a bigger issue with this. This is a bigger issue. In order for you to get to the part of telling, you have to have an encounter with law enforcement. We need to look at the big picture. Why do this nigga keep having encounters with the police? Why do he keep having encounters with the police? If you get pulled over, right, and they get to searching and shit like that, you know the first thing that tells me? The first thing that tells me is that you don't have a licensed driver. You don't have license and insurance, right? If you get to the part of being searched, that means a couple of things. You don't have a valid driver's license, registration, and insurance. It could be those things, right? Or it could be the smell of weed, which is probable cause. But these are things that can be controlled. All you got to do, especially him, he's an actor. You know, he probably has problems with fans running up on him. And he's, you know, Lil Meech. So he probably should have security and maybe a licensed driver with him at all times and shit. That would make sense to just have that secured and shit. You feel me? And number two, don't smoke weed in the car. It's simple. All you got to do is be in compliance with the law, and you won't get to the searches and shit like that. When he was in the airport, what are you doing? What are you doing with contraband in your bag, my nigga? When the United States, since September 11th, has some of the most difficult TSA procedures probably in the world. They just dropped the whole issue of people having to take off their shoes. That shit was going on since after September 11th and shit. They just stopped that just now, like a week ago. But knowing the nature of TSA and how much of a pain in the ass that they can be, why would you take some shit in the airport? Like some of this shit is in his control. Some of this shit is in his control. It don't make sense. I think he be drugged and not thinking. They said he ran through 5 million buying jeans. He might be spaced out. The cops said previous to getting out the car, Little Meech is under investigation anyway. Wow. He probably got asterisks next to his name. Whenever they run his name, all types of bells and whistles start going off. Just like some people got a habit of stealing, Little Meech's habit is getting high and telling. Damn. He was a suspect in an investigation. This is crazy. King Hazy. I wear a size 12. The fucking Bird Sports got all the Deodoras, pimp. So he's under investigation. What do y'all think he's under investigation for? This nigga can't be dumb enough to be trying to sell no drugs. Y'all think he that stupid? His father was a dealer and now he's an addict. Funny how the world works. All of this stuff is his father's fault. Not sitting his ass down got him thinking he really liked that. All we seeing is how the story is going to go. He's going to end up in jail trying to be his father. I think you got a point. At some point, he probably going to jail. At some point, he been getting away by telling on niggas and shit. But if you keep getting handcuffed, eventually you probably gonna find yourself behind bars at some point. He's probably going to jail eventually. He is. It's just crazy. Getting high and telling. They said drugs are scamming. I bet it's over fraud. Y'all think he a scammer? Y'all think he a scammer? They said hardcore drugs he's on. Little Meech got to be a CI. This is crazy. Airport shit is serious. I got detained 3 times. I got detained twice on my way to Dominican Republic, and then 3 times on my way back because of old ass drug charges. They was pressing my man about old drug cases when he was going to DR too. They think niggas be coming over there to cop. I don't know why they think that, but nah, I didn't watch no fights last night. I buried my homeboy yesterday, and then I went to lift weights afterwards. I was drained. I was totally drained. It's 600 people here and 100 likes. Y'all tell me. Y'all have to agree with me. This ratio don't even sound right. It's almost 600 people here and 100 likes. Like the video. It's not hard. I just went to the airport and they wiped my shoes with the cloth and put it through a machine to check them. They have a new process for the shoes. He needs to change the people around him. I think he needs a chaperone. He needs somebody to roll with him wherever he go to say, stop, no, don't. That probably would help him. That trifecta definitely works. Shout out to everybody that got it. He's a fly junkie. The drugs will win, and he already has it in his mind to tell to get out of a jam. He shouldn't be trying to do anything illegal. He's carrying his father's name. Maybe his father need to have a talk with him. Seems like he ain't giving him the proper direction. He need to let him understand, nigga, we are federal hot for life. Our name is federal hot forever. Whenever our name come up, there's gonna be speculation and investigation. You have to walk around here and keep your nose clean, or it's going to be a problem. He need to tell him that. He need to have a stern conversation with him. Otherwise, you're going to jail. Because whenever they say run his name, and it come out Demetrius Flannery Jr. Your father and your uncle are notorious drug lords. They gonna go left field, man. No, nobody that's doing a traffic stop is not gonna think drugs. It's impossible. Nope. When them white officers pull you over and they run that name, they thinking, oh, this is it. He got something in this motherfucker car. He got something in this car. He said Lil Meech not BMF as Pops is. If he's not BMF, why he running around with that big ass BMF pendant on his neck? You not making any sense. That little nigga been BMF since he was a child and shit. He used to be at them parties and shit like that. He walking around, he had the video shoots 5, 6 years old. Out 2, 3 in the morning with his pops. Probably was groomed. Dwayne, what up, Jamil? Finally got the Gully TV notification today. YouTube is bugging. We got to fight through the screens. It's almost 600 people here. We still ain't hit 300 likes. We need this ratio to kind of like balance out. I've been listening to the clips, old clips and new clips. The clips was underappreciated. I think that was their problem. The clips been spitting that shit. I was listening to Mr. Me Too yesterday and a few other their old jams, Comedy Central, I'm Good. The clips been putting out that shit for a long time. I don't know whether they were penalized because they was from Virginia. I don't know. I don't want to say that. But I think they were under-recognized. And Malice is lucky that when he decided to step away from music, and I believe he stepped away from music, and it had nothing to do with religion. I believe he stepped away because he felt that they weren't being treated correctly. It wasn't going the way that he wanted it to go, right? So he stepped away from music. He lucky his brother stayed in this shit and kept their name fire. I mean, kept their name alive. He kept the clips alive by continuing to do what it is that he do. When it got to fucking with Kanye, stayed in the public's eye. He done battled a few niggas. Got a heavy name as a lyricist. So when it was time for them to come back, it wasn't as tedious to be recognized again and shit. But I'm pretty sure that I was thinking about this because I watched him do an interview the other day. I believe Malice probably taught his little brother how to rap because he fired. The older one is fire. He is. Def Jam definitely fumbled this one. Malice verse on that Virginia song. The clips is definitely underrated. A couple of guys got indicted. That's why Malice went to God. Oh. They rap in circles around all these other fools. They is. Their rollout is historic. It's a season for everything. This is generally understood. There's a season for everything, and this is the clips time. Now, we about 30 minutes in. I got some questions. This is the portion of the live stream that y'all been waiting for. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? While I was in the gym yesterday, I hooked my phone up to the Bluetooth speaker that's in the gym. I'm about to get it in. So I'm scrolling for some music to listen to, and I see a title under St. Laz's video, and it said, I think it said old ass rapper wearing fake jewelry or something like that. So I said, damn, who would take a guy like St. Laz? St. Laz is a cool nigga, man. Laz is a cool nigga, man. Very regular acting nigga, man. I've known him some time. I done did business with him. I interviewed his artist, King Taco. I've interviewed Laz. I've talked to him on the phone many a time. Cool nigga. And if you watch his content, you know he a cool nigga because he don't just do the jail content. He do a lot of little funny little skits and shit like that on Instagram. So shout out to Laz. And I'm saying to myself, how do you get how do you get on the bad side of a guy like that? So I want answers. I need y'all to tell me what the fuck is going on. Yeah, I listened to it. I didn't listen to all of it. I didn't listen to all of it. And I have a hands-off policy. Because I interviewed Lucky Dawn and I told him I'm done with the Maino slander. I'm done with it. I respect you. That's your homeboy. I'm done with it. But it's my job to cover what's going on in urban media. So tell me, what the fuck is going on? What happened? What happened? He said Maino should not play with Laz. Maino said Laz outfit. He said he was looking like a retired baseball player. He said no growth. I know. They said he was making fun of his clothes. Listen to this though, right? That's one of my pet peeves. I don't mix and match at all. I don't mix and match. That's something that you see in this now generation. And I don't think that was Laz. I don't think Laz was paying any attention to that. Laz was going to do some work. He was going to do some work. He was going to appear in a video, and the weather's different right now. He had on sweats and sneakers and shit like that. That's his prerogative and shit. He was going to work. He wasn't going on a date. He wasn't going to a fashion show. Nothing. He was going to do some work. He a hip hop artist. He was going to do some work. He had on, I think it was Nike sweats with New Balance sneakers. This isn't something that you don't see now. This isn't something that you don't see now. You will see that around. You will see that. You will. You will see people wearing the Nike Tech sweatsuits with different sneakers. Me, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, that was the case. But guess what? St. Laz is a grown ass fucking man, yo. He can wear whatever the fuck he wants. He can wear whatever the fuck he wants. The problem is him being filmed and critiqued. That was some chump shit. That was some chump shit. It was. Laz said Maino was staying low when two real get busy guys was out moving on BK, called him a fake tough guy. He was going hammer. He was going hammer. He was. He said, the thing that he said that put me on the floor, man, I was dying. He was like, you old ass nigga. He was like, you old ass nigga. With your weak ass podcast, that kitchen talk shit was trash. You 50 years old running around here with a crazy blast on your face. What? Yo, why? Laz, I'm talking to you right now. Why did you refer to that scar on that man's face as a crazy blast? What the fuck? Yo, that shit was crazy, yo. Yo, he said, old ass 50-year-old ass nigga running around here think he tough with a crazy blast on his face. Why did he call that scar a blast, yo? That shit was funny as hell. That shit was funny as hell, man. Straight up. God damn. St. Laz is popping and Chana was salty. While the things was going on with Troy Ave, right? I'm just keeping score here. Laz never said nothing negative about Maino. He didn't, man. Laz never got in the middle of that shit. And Laz is from Brooklyn. And it was money on the floor. You got to respect when somebody who has a nice, significant following. Laz got a respectable following on Instagram and on YouTube. When somebody has a significant following and has the jurisdiction to cover this shit, he's from Brooklyn. Troy Ab's from Brooklyn. Maino is from Brooklyn. Laz never got in the middle of that shit. He not even acknowledging this dude don't got no problems with me, man. Because if he did, he would have got on the bandwagon and partied when everybody made those Chano videos. Laz never said nothing. He should respect him for that. Like, damn, he never disrespected me and shit like that. For Laz to be disrespected, that was uncalled for, and I understand why he's upset. He do. He said when he said he got wings tatted on his chest, he said he just renamed Buck 50s. Maino has always been forced on us. Nobody ever thought he was a lit rapper. I thought he was doing okay in the DVD era. I did. I thought he was a great underground DVD rapper. There was rappers that was tailor-made for the DVDs. Shay Davis was one of them. I think Maino was one of them. Uncle Murder was one of them until once Uncle Murder started making that yearly wrap up, he kind of like broke out of it. He kind of like cracked the ice. That was almost like his pop opportunity for him to go and shit. But there was certain rappers that was tailor-made for the DVDs. Young T, I appreciate your super chat. It was truth spoken. Laz had a point. Everyone that fucks with him eventually stops. I was going to get to that. And he said something else that I said some months ago. I said this. Laz said, you never really had real friends. You never had nobody that loved you. You grew up around a lack of love. I said the exact same thing. When Laz said that, I said, damn, he took the words out of my mouth, literally. I said the exact same thing. I was watching a Maino interview one time, and he was talking about his upbringing and shit. He was saying that his parents was, on H and shit, was dealing with heroin addiction and shit like that. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up and shit. For anybody to grow up in a home like that, that's fucked up. And yes, it will affect you. It will affect the child for sure and shit. And I was like, damn, so this kind of explained to me the underlying reason why his personality is the way it is and shit. Nobody else came through music or the underground hip-hop scene the way Maino did. Nobody did. Maino, nobody did what he did. He didn't. Nobody did. His first music that was popping, that was significant, was a song called Rumors that I liked. I liked that shit. I liked the video. It was tailor-made for the DVDs, like I said. And within maybe a year or so, he was on, it was either Cocaine City or Real Talk DVD, and he had a video and he was saying all of these old rappers was dead. And he named legends. He might have named Rough Rider. I know he said Bad Boy, and he dissed the Wu. When he dissed the Wu, I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? Why are you doing this? I'm like, why are you doing this? I'm like, this nigga is kamikaze. Like, why are you doing this? One thing about Wu, right? It's 10 of them. You got 9 MCs plus Capadonna who came late. When there's 10 MCs, one of them, or maybe 2 of them, maybe even 3, will be actively putting out some type of content at all times. You might see one that's acting, that would be Method Man. You might see one that's constantly in music, that would be the RZA, Method Man, Raekwon, Ghostface. You will see one that's constantly in the fashion element, that would be Raekwon. Got his own glasses, had his own sneakers, his own purple Diodore sneakers. Like, one of them or 3 of them will always be in perpetual motion. So the whole idea of trying to diss them, it just come off as almost bizarre. But when he did that, I'm like, man, this nigga ain't got no picks. Like, he just do anything, right? Continuing with my theory that nobody did what he did in the underground music scene, all of his confrontations, choked this person, slapped this person, did this, did that, did that. It was always something. And I grew up around niggas like that. I grew up around niggas like that. I swear to God. I swear to God. I grew up around niggas that was always in some shit. One of them is tattooed on my back. His name was Joker, Steve Jordan. He was always doing something. He was always putting his hands on somebody. He was always into something. You know what I'm saying? And his upbringing was fucked up. Like, there was some mystery as to who his pops was until we got, you know, kind of like got in our teens and shit. Like, his mother was out there having her issues with, you know, substance abuse or whatever, and it was no stability in this world. It was just crazy and shit. So me and him got close. We came home. We was in a juvenile home together. We came home together, and I kind of understood him, or we understood each other, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So I never had to deal with none of his predatory ways, but this nigga was a predator and shit. He was. But Maino he does have the traits of a kid that didn't grow up being loved and getting hugs and compliments and shit like that. And it just made him have like a mean spirit. He's mean-spirited. And that shit that he did to St. Laz, they was working on a project together. They was getting on a song together with for Talib Kweli. This is an excellent opportunity for everybody involved. This is an excellent opportunity for everybody involved. Well, for Maino and St. Laz, this is an excellent look to be on, you know, something with Talib Kweli. That's excellent. You would think his mind would be thinking positive, or this is it, man. I got me another run and shit. Like, this is an injection. This is an opportunity. Like, being on a record with Talib Kweli is going to introduce you to a different market. The same types of people that listen to Maino music, the types of people that listen to Maino music and listen to underground rap is a totally different audience that Talib Kweli has. You know what I'm saying? So to be on a record with him, this is an excellent opportunity. It's an excellent opportunity. And you would think his mind wouldn't be in the gutter like that. He said he got a blast on his face. He called his music fast food. Shh. Gully, he said to Maino, nobody likes you, nobody. I said that when I had my, I said that a long time ago when I had my thing with him. I said most of the people that kind of like fuck with you, they probably like scared of you or some shit, but nobody likes them type of niggas around and shit. Niggas just gonna be problems, gonna start trouble and shit. You can't have them around. Everybody didn't like my man Joker. They didn't like him, man. Like, he might swing on somebody. Like, he didn't care about the setting that we were in. We could be around a bunch of girls. We could be at a party. And he'd knock somebody out or some shit. Or he'll take something from somebody. Like, he didn't have no discretion with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just all bad with him. But that was my man and shit. The Wu in their primes would have sent the wolves through. Daryl Javon, I appreciate your super chat. You've always been very, very supportive of my platform. He said the yearly wrap-up is Mad Skills. We know Mad Skills started the yearly wrap-up. But Uncle Murder took that shit to another level. He almost took it from Mad Skills. And Mad Skills was doing an excellent job. If you go listen to Mad Skills joints, they entertaining too. He was killing it too. But Uncle Murder, his shit was a little bit more sarcastic, and he just took it. Period. Maino is going to be 60 in 7 years. He's immature. My man said they ruin the party always. Yeah. Anybody that grew up in BK during that era and didn't absorb some form of knowledge of self or consciousness. That's a great point. He's 100% at that age where you would have encountered the 5% Nation, the Hebrew Israelites, Dr. York, something. He's at that age. Nation of Islam, the Sunnis, he's at that age. He's 100% at that age. And I've never heard him on conscious time. I've never heard him on pro-black time. I've never heard nothing healthy come out of his mouth. I didn't. He one of them niggas that didn't even like sports. He is. You ever grew up amongst a nigga who didn't play sports? Y'all know them niggas was bad, man. Like, y'all know that them niggas was different. They did, you know what I'm saying? We'd be on a hoop court hooping and shit, and this nigga sitting off to the sideline because he uncoordinated and shit like that. Like, y'all remember them niggas, and y'all know what they was into. They couldn't do nothing else but fight. That's a red flag. How you growing up with us and you ain't playing on the crate? You remember we had the milk crate on the pole and shit? Like, how are you growing up amongst us, man, and you don't hoop on the crate? Like, what the fuck is going on? You ain't got no football. Like, everybody had a Nerf. This nigga ain't got no Nerfs. That's bad. That be parenting, man. That be parenting. There's nothing else for these niggas to do besides be violent and cut people and shit like that. Like, this nigga ain't never been on a team. You ain't never been on no, you ain't never wore no jerseys. You ain't never went to no team pizza parties and some shit. These things soften the soul. These things lead to different, you turn into a different type of citizen when you grow up like this. I'm telling you, I swear to God. You have different types of friends and shit from different backgrounds and shit. You think Maino had any white friends? Anybody? He said no sense of teamwork. Nah, he ain't never picked a motherfucker up off the ground or nothing like that. You know how a motherfucker, you playing sports, motherfucker be in fail, you help him up and shit like that. He's never, these things change you as a person and shit. Y'all think he got any white friends growing up? He said at all. No. That's bad, man. That's bad. Yeah. Everybody know he is an antisocial sociopath, but Laz looked tacky with his sweat tucked in his socks. But check this out, right? Dressing is an expression. Everybody do it differently and shit. Everybody do it differently. Because I dress different than you or you dress different than me, it ain't really my business to point it out. I see niggas wearing bullshit or some shit that I don't like. I don't really care though. That's you and shit. This is what makes me different because I rock it like this. If you rock it like that, cool and shit. I ain't got to worry about you. We ain't gonna compete for the same bras or nothing like that. It's not my business. And what Laz is saying, you're 53 years old. You did some shit to me that we was doing at the lunch table and shit. You know what I'm saying? You did some shit to me that we was doing at free lunches and shit, at the pool in the summertime and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't expect that from a grown man. And not only that, we're working together. We're on the same song together, man. What'd I do to you? Like, there we go. Same cats laughing at Laz are the same cats out here in superhero tights with a matching purse. Laz said he has no brand after all these years. I feel like that was I caught you slipping moment more than everything. I don't think it was about the outfit. But why would you catch him slipping if we on the same song? That making me look bad. We on the same song. Making me look bad, it's not gonna help the marketing of the song. It's not gonna help our situation. It ain't. That wasn't even no hustler shit. You know what I'm saying? Dissing me or trying to make me look bad, it's not gonna help our song get downloaded. It's not gonna increase the streams. It ain't. So why would you do it and shit? He said, no hugs from Granny, nothing. He said, you look like Adrian Broner. No, I don't. Adrian Broner look bad, man. Adrian Broner got a big ass gut. He has no muscles. Look like an old man. He said, I thought they was just playing, but remember he said he role plays as a slave for white women. That's a red flag right there. I didn't get on here to bash him. I'm just keeping score. I seen Saint Laz, who has a YouTube platform just like mine. He does interviews. I seen that he was upset, and I wanted to see what y'all felt about it. He let Brooklyn make him rather than him making Brooklyn. Derek, thank you. Division creates a moment in this climate. People love attention and seek more attention for notoriety to be relevant. Recording someone and mocking them isn't playing. Laz got an artist that's blowing up too. He do. I interviewed him on his platform. Make sure y'all go check him out. His name is King Taco. That's St. Laz's artist, and they got a dope record out. It's St. Laz, King Taco, and Neo. St. Laz been working. Yeah. Maino never gave me a cool vibe, though. No cool at all. He's just living his second childhood. St. Laz had me crying. He did. When he said crazy blast, nigga, you 53 years old running around here thinking you tough with a crazy blast on your face. I gotta call him and ask him, man, why did you call that a blast, man? Hex, next level, I can't, I'm not dissing him. I interviewed Lucky Don, man, and I told him, that's your friend, I'm off of it. I have to conduct my business. I have to take care of my business here. Lucrative SETI, I appreciate your super chat. He said that's jail lingo. Oh, crazy blast. Do you like classic soul from the 70s? I do. As a matter of fact, I'm listening to Cameo in my car right now. Shit. I've been listening to Cameo for the past 2 weeks, nonstop. Cameo is underappreciated and underrated and underappreciated band. They is. Cameo got mega hits, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not my age group, I was only familiar with the surface level songs. She's Strange, Tastes Like Candy, Flirt, Sparkle in Your Eye, Hanging Downtown. Hanging Downtown. That's my shit. You gotta hear that in a car, man. But that's great music. That's great music. That's great music. If you follow me on IG, I posted Cameo a couple weeks ago. And I've been listening to them in my car ever since. And that music is just flawless. It is. He said, word up. Yep. Graham Williams, good looking on the trifecta. Take 2 capsules every day. That's 1 dosage, 2 capsules every day. Take that shit, man. Get your dribble right, man. That shit gonna make your skin glow and your dick grow, I promise you. I play all the joints from Cameo till this day. Why Have I Lost You? That's another hit. Attack Me With Your Love, another hit. I just got down with a joint by them called The Skin That I'm In. Look that up. By Cameo, Skin That I'm In. Shh. That shit crazy. I ordered my trifecta. Mike, I appreciate you. Daryl Javon, Single Life, straight classic. Yeah. He said he wore that red cup in his video. Larry Blackman. appreciate y'all for coming through, man. We 55 minutes in. It's almost 800 people here. We still ain't cracked 400 likes. Can y'all get the likes up? Can y'all get the likes up, please? He says, Sparkle. Some of these records that y'all naming by Cameo, Larry Blackmon wasn't always, I found this out recently, he wasn't always the lead singer. He was a drummer at a point in time. He was a musician at a point in time. Before he took to the front, he was, because Larry Blackmon, he's not the person singing Sparkle, I don't think. I think that's somebody else and shit. Back and forth, shake your pants. Shh. Y'all naming all the jams. Y'all naming all the jams. Cameo music, beats was top tier. Can we get 400 likes, man? I need 400 likes before I get up off here, man. I got a dope-ass interview. I'm about to interview. I think this is going to be the first white female, she's Italian, that has ever been on Gully TV. She's a sneakerhead, and I'm looking forward to it. She's on her way here. She'll be here in about an hour and shit. She got all the Travis Scotts and shit. She one of them kind of, she one of them, she's white girl. She one of them hipsters and shit. They be rocking the wild sneakers and shit. And I encountered her on social media. I said, yo, you need to be on Gully TV. Rigor Mortis, y'all steadily naming all these hits. Jam Master used to get pulled and purred to get away. Thank you for your super chat. The Blood Raw joint is heat. I ain't seen that Tiny Desk joint by the Clips yet, man. Somebody send that shit to me on Instagram. @ I am Gully TV _. He said, a female sneakerhead, that's dope. That's what attracted me to her. I'm like, this girl kind of know what she doing and shit. I had seen a couple of her, it came through my story. I found her, it was coming through my story. She kept taking pictures of her sneakers. I didn't even know what she looked like. Kept taking pictures of her sneakers and shit. I'm like, yo, whoever this is got some style and shit. So I went to her profile and I'm like, oh, she killing this shit. So everyday people make some of the dopest content. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a celebrity or any of that to be on Gully TV. All you got to do is be dope. Straight up. He said Topanga from Boy Meets World is a sneakerhead. Anyway, I got to prepare for this interview. It's supposed to go down at 2:30, so I got to get ready. I appreciate y'all for coming through. We had a great live stream. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, man, so you get my notifications whenever I go live. It's time to get to work. For those who haven't seen it, I got my 100,000 subscribers plaque the other day. I'm way over 100,000. I'm kicking 200K in the ass. I can get there with y'all help. Make sure y'all share these videos, man. For y'all who haven't figured out how to like the video, just share it. Share this shit to your Facebook. Got it? Share this shit to your Twitter. I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a great afternoon. Yeah, this is today's cable and shit. Y'all should have seen me at the funeral repast yesterday. I had all the ice on. I lit that motherfucker up. You know what I mean? But Instagram, you can go check me out, man. See how I give it up. I had on a powder blue patent leather Pradas yesterday. I was killing that shit. Sent my man off the right way and shit. We fly guys and shit. So I had that to do. Anyway, y'all have a great afternoon. I got to get to work. Peace.